Welcome back. We're still with the former National Coordinator of the National Poverty Eradication Program, Dr. Magnus Pakol. Thank you for joining us once again.
Thank you very much.
Well, let's still on this, the government's social welfare program. You know, we talked about the sustainability, but now the monitoring is another key concern, really. How can this be best managed? Yeah.
Well, we have to be careful there because other countries are falling into the sort of a pitfall here. They've fallen into a hole in this regard, in the sense that if you're not careful, you get to the point where the administrative cost of the thing is more than the actual amount of that's dispensed that is given to beneficiaries.
What do you mean?
Well, what I mean by that is, you have to pay. If you're not careful, you begin to set up a bureaucracy. You got to pay administrators, people who design the program, monitor the program, administer the program, and all of that. There is a report of a country where initially over 90% of the cost of the program was administrative, and that's not what you want at all. So what we try to do is to be sure that we're careful about that. But even so, it is important that you do serious monitoring of the program. Otherwise, you're not going to be successful. You got to be sure that the people actually got the 5,000 Naira. You got to be sure that they use the 5,000 Naira for the food and all of that. You got to be sure that the kids went to school, because you see the money is given on condition that the kids go to school and they do the health checks. Then you have to follow the way we did, that when that finished, they were ready to start a business, and that business was going to succeed. And then there's a cost of insurance for the business, so the business doesn't fail, and then you get back into whatever recidivism or whatever. So you don't want people to fall back into poverty. So you got to be able to follow this. And I suggest also, and I like to prescribe, that you follow it until the kids go into high school.
The question now is, how do you follow the program?
Finish high school and go into the university. Yeah, but that's so what it is, you create an electronic setup run by staff, but the staff should be very well trained, should be very well prepared, so that you have a minimum of them, but you have to have them to be sure that you monitor this, because the important thing is to report the achievement that you have made. So that involves a cost. But the thing is, I'm believing that this administration has taken that into consideration, and they've calculated that cost, and that is in consonance with the objective that they want to achieve.
How did you manage during your tenure, really? Because if you say follow, I think it's easier said than done.
You're right.
Because when you look at the magnitude of people involved and all the logistics, really, is it easy to do that?
Yeah, well, you're right. What happened was we made our mistakes in the beginning. we tried to follow bureaucratically, but then I realized that didn't really work. So we hired a couple of NGOs. And so you would know, so you had this NGO that would manage large numbers of villages. So that we reduced our costs that way by using NGOs. And then also that kept everybody honest, because then we were not spending the money directly. Somebody else was spending the money, and people could monitor that person and could check that person. That person made reports. So that's a way of doing it. But now with all this advanced technology that we have about us, I think there could even be better ways of being more efficient in the monitoring and the management. The thing is just record keeping, making sure that the records are kept, how much you're spending, what's actually happening, and then we compare the costs and benefits. So long as the benefits far outweigh the costs, then we continue with the program.
All right. Thank you very much, Dr. Magnus Pakol, for coming on the program.
Thanks so very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.